Good morning. Grace and peace be unto you. I'm Reverend Ellen Rasmussen, and it is my great joy to welcome you to Reflections with Pastor Ellen. That's me as we continue our Lenten journey. Now, I've chosen for our time together to share with you about 40 Days with Wesley by Bishop Reuben Job. Lent is the season where one of the seasons we can do it any time of year to be intentional about uh, getting closer to God. But Lent is a special season that helps us prepare for Easter. And Easter is the gift of the risen Christ, right? Easter is the gift of new life. Easter is the chance to begin again. And as disciples of Christ, um, we understand that that gift of new life, that gift of new beginnings is available to us every single day. And this in Lent, we get to practice, we get to prepare for receiving this gift. And one of the things I cherish about Wesleyan theology is that it is journey theology, that it is about doing what we can with every moment that we've been given. And so we can jump in at any time to begin again, to deepen, to continue our relationship with the creator of the universe, the one who made us, the one who loves us beyond measure, the one who says we are precious and honored and treasured. So I have made a little reading plan for 40 Days of Wesley. And so Lent is this season from Ash Wednesday through Holy Saturday that doesn't include the Sundays. The Sundays are little Easters to get your 40 days. And to have the 40 days stretch through that, I give us off on Sundays for a reading, or actually it's also time to catch up if you've missed the daily the daily read. And in this past week, we in this read according to this reading plan, right? We would have read day 5, which is trusting God. Day 6 is living prayerfully. Day 7, becoming a prayerful people. Day 8, the human condition. Day 9, remembering who we are. Day 10, a world of darkness. Tomorrow's reading, God's beloved children. So in this past week, I was particularly drawn to living prayerfully and becoming a prayerful people. The term becoming, it's ongoing, it's transformational, it's to me an invitation uh, to become closer to God. It could be, we could say holier, right? But holier in the sense that we are intentional about centering our lives on the Holy and Sacred One. We're about centering our lives upon God, and I understand God as love. And so I want to share with you some readings from, first of all, from day 7. This is from the prayer of present. Loving teacher, come and make your home in our hearts this day. Dwell within us all day long and save us from error or foolish ways. Teach us today to do no harm, to do good, and assist us so that we may stay in loving relationship with you and our neighbor. Help us today to be an answer to another's prayer, so that we may be one of your signs of hope in the world you love. Loving teacher, dwell within us all day long. Imagine how that can help you. And that can also be a blessing to others if we're inviting the loving teacher to dwell within us. A loving teacher dwelling within us to calm us during those anxious moments, uh, dwelling, the dwelling love that can invite us to take a deep breath and to pause and think about the words we may share and the power that those words may have. Loving teacher, one who continues to teach. And if one is continuing to teach, then there is also opportunities to learn. There is that practice. And I want to share I want to share the scripture for today from Matthew 6, verses 7 through 13. When you pray, don't pour out a flood of empty words as the Gentiles do. They think that by saying many words, they'll be heard. Don't be like them, because your Father knows what you need before you ask. Pray like this: Our Father who is in heaven, uphold the holiness of your name. Bring in your kingdom so that your will is done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us the bread we need for today. Forgive us for the ways we have wronged you, just as we also forgive those who have wronged us. And don't lead us into temptation, but rescue us from the evil one. And the first Wesleyan reflection: may we not endeavor, secondly, to instruct them, to take care that every person who is under our roof have all such knowledge as necessary to salvation. And should you take care that they have some time every day for reading, meditation, and prayer. And you should inquire whether they do actually employ that time in the exercises for which it is allowed. Neither should any day pass without family prayer, seriously and solemnly performed. The disciples saw many things and experienced much with Jesus. Oftentimes of joy, some confusion, some challenges, right? But they journeyed with him for 3 years in his public ministry, and they witnessed miracle after miracle. And yet what they asked Jesus for was, please teach us to pray. And what has been discovered over the centuries of praying is that the more we practice our prayer, the more transformed we become. It is said that it takes a good 21 days to develop a practice, right? And sometimes we have to unlearn and stop doing things in order to gain something better for ourselves. But there becomes power in this practice as we're transformed, right? As we become more and more centered on the creator of the universe, the God of love, Abba. The more that we grow our trust, that our moments, that our days will be guided by God, that we'll learn how to let go of things that hinder us, that hold us back from living into who God created us to be, who has infused us with the knowledge, the gifts, the talents, and graces to become who we are called to be. And I think the desire to live into who we're called. So we get to practice each and every day. And for me, when somebody says we get to practice, I'm grateful because it doesn't tell me I have to be perfect. It tells me I can try, I can give it my best shot, and sometimes even practicing, I just need to rest instead. But I can get up the next day and try again. And I confess, there are days that I can feel so connected, so like snuggled with God, and it feels so good. And it feels like, yes, right? And then there are days it feels hard, it can feel empty. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And so I find it helps to journal because I can go back and discover answered prayer, right? Or I can see progress that I've made. And I am grateful. I am grateful that we are practicing theologians in the Wesleyan tradition. I am grateful for a God who calls us forth each day, who has great plans for us. And I'm grateful for the gift of prayer, for the different practices of prayer that I have been taught, that I've been able to learn. And I'm grateful for the teachers. And so I invite you, if you have questions about prayer, if you'd like to learn more about prayer, please ask. My email is in the description. You can also check things out on our Facebook page. And I invite you to check out upperroom.org. It's the prayer ministry of the United Methodist Church. And we give thanks to you for your gift of presence and for your ongoing support of the transformative ministries at Brown Deer UMC. Thank you for being here today, and I will see you next week. I also invite you to join us today at 9:30 as we continue with our Lenten journey about picturing ourselves in the story as we enter the Passion of Jesus. And today I am looking at anger. Is it possible that anger could be a fruit of the Spirit? So I thank you for checking us out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your gift of prayers, your gift of presence, and your gifts. Blessings.